Hello, this is Marcella. It is February the 3rd, and I'm doing the Tuesday video. Just to let you know, there was a problem with the flashcards on critical meds, and it's no longer on ATI, so I have removed the module, so you can just forget about it. There is another one that is about critical meds, and that is, shoot, I just looked at it. Dosage calc and safe medication administration critical care meds. Now that is good. That was a separate one. It's working. People are turning in their assignments. You know, I did want to say that you guys are really doing good on your clinicals, and you know, at the end now we were doing reports, and you guys are really getting good at it. You know, some people, well, we always do them anyway, but not everybody in the class has done them, you know, through their career, and everybody's doing good. So I'm really proud of all of you. I'm gonna miss you. Here you're getting all great, and you'll be gone. Hold on. Also, today is Tuesday. And I'm going to try to get those preceptor booklets done, because some of y'all are coming in tomorrow to pick them up because you're starting early. And that's just to point out that you guys can start your preceptorship. You know, you've got 72 hours you need to cover on them, and you can start it up now as soon as I give you that preceptor booklet, because she or he needs to have that information that's in there to be a preceptor to you in this program. And of course you need yours so that you know what to do during your time being precepted. It's not just a, you know, hang out on the unit or anything. There's things you got to do. So I'm working on all that. So I will, here, I'll get right back to you. And now I've just now finished with the last of your assignments that I've graded. You still have a week left in professional nursing, so I haven't graded everything in professional nursing, but everything prior to that should be in and ready. Now, because I'm busy with those preceptor booklets today, I won't be getting to it. So if you missed one, you thought you didn't have time, you could still catch it and finish it today. All right. And it's cold outside. Okay, so when I get these books done, I'm just going to give them to you guys, and you will give them to your preceptor. Now, there's a part in here that says that she should contact me and just have a brief discussion or a discussion about it. And what I'm just going to do is just be telling them, well, you know, follow the directions, you know, what you see in the booklet, the expectations of them and of the student, and they will be able to, they're going to be watching when you come in too. So don't forget, or trying to leave early, don't forget you're still under employability part grades while you're in that. I mean, it's included in every, you know, course. So please be aware that they are aware of the rules that you're supposed to follow, and please don't try to talk them into, hey, you know, can you just let me go, you know, an hour early because, you know, well, you know, I'm special, and can you please let me do that? Don't do that, because I'll hear about it. These are people who have decided to become preceptors, and they may have been preceptors before, or maybe they're going to put that on their resume, so it's an important skill that they want to get good at. So please just try to be your normal good selves. Remember, you reflect everything to do with this school when you're out and about and you're working or doing anything. And, you know, someday you're going to maybe be a preceptor. So, you know, think of how proud you will be and how you want to help those students to be good nurses, not just to, you know, get an hour off early or come in an hour late. Remember, they'll be listing when you come in late, and some people do have that habit. And, you know, I run into that problem sometime myself, and you guys know that. So please, this is your very last course. You want to make a good impression with this preceptor, because for one thing, they're going to go back to the hospital and they're going to be asked, well, how is this person? And what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. Should we ever consider this person as an employee? And, you can say, oh, no, I want to work at such and such place, Well, you have no idea if 2 years from now, you may need to have a job at that hospital that you're getting precepted at. And, oops, sorry. And people have good memories. I used to keep track of people that would come to my unit, PRNs, or sometimes when we would float, I'd keep track of that. In fact, the HR department would always keep track of my opinions about people who came in, working PRN from a float company, or, the rent-a-nurses, I call them, because I was one for a couple of years, made a lot of money. But anyway, the leaders there that you're working for, remember, everything is under their responsibility. So whatever you do is their responsibility. So they're going to keep track of it. So I'm just letting you know, just be good, be your good selves, and try to do your best. This is when you're going to fine tune at this point of your career, you as an RN. Now, once you get out there, a year from now, you're going to be so much better because you will have practiced all these things that seem like you only know, a little bit of 100 million things. Well, you're going to get good at all of this stuff, but you have to focus on being good, not anything else. So focus on making yourself better so that you're going to be the best RN that you possibly could be. Make yourself proud of yourself. So that's kind of good. Anyway, let me see. Let me think of a question real quick. I got it. This is a very important thing that people don't seem to understand how important it is. Always, always, always bring your stethoscope. Don't keep it in a locker or in your bag, in the back room or whatever. Because if you need that stethoscope, you need it fast. You can't go, wait, patient who's coughing and choking, and I need to know if you have pneumonia. I've got to call in to the doctor. You're going to need to pull that right off of your neck and listen to their lungs or whatever. You don't have time to go run and find where you put your stethoscope. For one thing, it does not at all look professional. Professionals have their stethoscope on them. Have you ever seen a doctor not have a stethoscope in their pocket or around their neck? You want to be a professional. You want to have that glow about you. You don't want to be, the new student. You know how everybody respects you guys because we're an LPN, and they just fall head over heels. I have not gotten anything negative about you guys, but boy, I've gotten a lot of positives. So it's really kind of cool to have you as students. But you're not going to be a student for very much longer. So you want to keep that up. And now you're going to be a good, new RN, because you've had double of what a regular RN had that wasn't an LPN. They're stumbling around trying to, do whatever, touch a patient. I remember I had somebody tell me once, oh my God, no, we don't want to have any students today. They stand in the corners of the rooms, are afraid to touch the patients and all this. And I'm like going, no, these are LPNs. So see, you started ahead of the game compared to other RNs. Now, you may have a diploma and you haven't had all your, gone and had 13 hours of English and, 16 hours of humanities and all that kind of stuff. But you've had a lot of nursing. All those ATI modules have been teaching you things. And you may not realize that they're in there, but they're in there tucked away and sometime in dark corners. But when you get out in the world working as an RN, those are going to start coming forward, and you're just going to, be able to figure out things better than other people who hadn't had them. So I want you guys to have a lot of confidence in yourself, because I have confidence in you, and I respect each and every one of you, and I know you're going to be great RNs. If you find yourself someday stumbling, and falling and get in trouble or whatever, just get back up on your feet and say, which way is north? I want to keep on getting better. I'll get past this. Let's say you make a med error and you think, the sky is going to fall. It won't fall. Just follow the procedure that you're told at that hospital to do. Usually the first of what you do is get vital signs, if that's something of a concern. Let's say you gave somebody who isn't a heart patient, but you gave them, I don't know, like 3 digoxin, which you shouldn't have given anyway, or shouldn't have had the ability to give, but let's just use that as an example. Now you're going, holy poop, he just swallowed them. It's too late. I can't get down in there and pull them back out. Immediately, just tell them, quietly, okay, I'm going to be right back, and go tell the charge nurse. Then you put in a call to the doctor, let the doctor know. You make sure you write an incident report, and then you go back and you tell that patient what happened. Because if you don't tell them, then you're holding that information. They need to know. And now you've already talked to the doctor, so you can assure them, this is, it's going to be okay. I accidentally gave you a medication that wasn't prescribed for you, but the doctor has assured me, and I'm assuring you that everything's going to be okay. The charge nurse knows about it. Everybody knows about it. If you want me to, or I am planning to take your vital signs again in another hour, see if anything that we didn't, is going to pop up or whatever, but we absolutely believe it'll be just fine. All right, thank you, and then go on. And now also ask your preceptor what to do, or your charge nurse when you have a unit that you're working on. Always really get into your policies, know what policies say. Some people love to think of ways how to skip over policies or to change and make them simpler or whatever, but policies are there for a reason. And I used to tell my staff that, you follow those policies, and I'll stand in front of you and catch every, bullet that comes your way from this hospital or lawyers or whatever. I will be standing with you. But if you don't follow the policy and you do your own thing, I am out of it, and you have that problem now. You'll have to get your help to work on that. So just remember, always follow policy. Don't do shortcuts just because somebody says, oh, you'll get away with it. It's okay. Nobody cares. Run from that person, because that person's going to get you sued. All right. Anyway, enough of that. So the question is, what did I just now thought of it, and I already forgot what it was. So let's make up a new one. So the question is, I remember I had to look at at the screen to see it. Always wear your stethoscope. If you don't like it around your neck, fold it up and put it in your pocket. Although that's going to be a pain in the arse. I always had mine hanging from my neck. Never was a problem. Everybody I knew always had it hanging from their neck. And you knew you could trust that person because they are ready for an emergency, or they're ready to check on a patient. So remember, that's our main person in the room, is that patient. So always wear your stethoscope. That's the question. What should I always wear? All right. Bye-bye.